Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar for SMEs, the third and final in the series. My name is Donovan Reed. I'm a branch manager, Port Mara branch to be exact. The title of this evening's workshop is called Your Business Embracing E-Commerce, and we're happy that you could have joined us. As we speak, there are 61 persons enrolled, and I would love to hear where you're from. So if you could just indicate in the chat where you're actually logging in from and the name of your business, I'd greatly appreciate that. So I'll give you just a couple seconds to do that. Okay, so while you're doing that, let me introduce you. What is Back on Track? 2020 has been a very hard year for Jamaicans on a whole. From the effects of COVID-19 pandemic to a series of natural disasters. We can all agree that this year has been a tough one, right? We also realize that many Jamaicans can attest to having their goals derailed, are suffering from a financial setback. And we at NCB, we wanted to find a way to help. We know the pandemic has delivered a big blow to most businesses. So we decided to host a series of webinars, especially geared towards our small and medium enterprises. The topic for today is Your Business, Embracing E-Commerce. And our presenters are Gregory Peart, who is a manager with us, and Kemar Harris, who is from POW Media. There are some basic housekeeping matters that we want to bring to your attention. So let me bring those to your attention just now. Okay, so firstly, we want to make this a very interactive session. It is expected to last for about an hour and a half. We encourage you to ask questions. Any question that you think would benefit your business or where you seek clarification during the presentation. So you can ask, feel free to ask at will. We will be glad to stop the presenter and have your questions addressed. Please share your questions in the question box. So if you look, you will see a box marked question. You can just click that, insert your question, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to introduce to you our first presenter. Our first presenter is Gregory Peart. He's a sales and relationship manager in our payment services division. Payment services would deal with all the merchants, our credit card merchants, or point of sale machines, all that division that handles all electronic payment. For those of you who have our card services. He possesses over 15 years of experience in the financial services, and he has helped businesses across all sectors to improve their acceptance of and making payments electronically. Gregory is widely regarded as a payments expert, so you know he's coming to you well qualified and experienced. And he currently leads the Ncb Merchant Sales and Relationship team. So over to you, Gregory.
All right, good evening, everyone. I see we have just about 91 persons on so far. We're very excited to share with you today. And also we have Kemar Harris on as well. And Kemar will be, also an expert, and he's going to be sharing with us a demo to ensure that you don't just understand the why, but you also understand the how. And it's important that you understand the how to get started. So we're very excited to share with you. And I'm seeing 95 persons on, and just want to get a sense that of where you're from and which business you're from. So you can feel free to post comments in the chat or any questions if there's anything that you want clarification on. We want to make this very interactive, because at the end of the day, we want you to leave feeling armed and ready to start capitalizing on the opportunities that exist, right? So we're going to get started now. And why e-commerce? Why are we here today? I'm going to share with you why we're here, and then I'm also going to tell you what our goals are and what will be covered in this webinar. We'll also hear a few customer testimonials, and we'll break down what is e-commerce and how we can help you in your business. And also, we'll tell you about different ways that you can use it. So there are many different ways, and we're going to show it to you today. Ways that you can do it with a website, ways you can do it without a website. And we're going to walk you through the process on how to get started. And we'll also give you the demo that Kemar will be leading on. And then we'll be giving you a special treat. That's on top of the opportunity that you have just by participating today, because I know as a part of our Back on Track campaign, one of the criteria for being eligible for a grant of 100,000, and we're giving 10 grants of 100,000. One of the criteria is to attend one of our webinars, and today is the final webinar. But on top of that, we have a special treat for everyone who attends the webinar this afternoon. So let's get started. Why e-commerce? So, our business has changed. As with everything, since COVID reached Jamaica in March, I would say 2020, people have adjusted the way they do everything. From the way that they buy food, to the way that they buy clothing, to how much they spend on school fee and even for gas, everything has changed. So if your customers are changing their behavior patterns and you're not changing, while your competitors are changing, then you're gonna get left behind. And you don't want to be left behind, because at this point is either change or die, and you can't afford that. We're far too resilient. Our spirit is far too strong to die. So at NCB, we want to equip you to ensure that you can pivot and you can capitalize on the opportunities that exist, because there are still opportunities right now for you to capitalize on. So in this disruption, there's an opportunity. The Chinese would say for every crisis, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity right now. And I would say never let a good crisis go to waste. So we have this opportunity, ensure that we capitalize on it. So our goal in this session is to help you to transform your business, so that your business can withstand what is happening now, and your business can be prepared for the opportunities that exist through e-commerce. And that's what the goal of today is. And for the next 90 minutes or so, we're going to have a very interactive session. And our commitment to you is to answer all the questions that you ask. And if we don't have the information, we'll get back to you. And our commitment as well is to ensure that you're going to leave this session very equipped in order to capitalize on these opportunities. So we're going to break it down about what's e-commerce, how your business can benefit, and NCB's e-commerce solutions, how to launch your e-commerce store without having an existing website, as well as the next steps. So if you were to think about what are the 5 things I'm leaving with, these are the 5 things you're leaving with today. Right. So just to give you a quick sense of what's e-commerce, we're going to share with you a video from one of our e-commerce merchants. And this merchant is a marketplace provider. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what's a marketplace provider right after this video I'll share with you.
7Crave is a food delivery application. We try to provide convenience in terms of e-commerce, what they can do with a credit card, they can use their online wallet, and all of those features. Pretty much order from about 90 restaurants, thereabout, with their credit card, using the e-commerce platform, get the food delivered within minutes, right, to their door. I think NCB, being a bank, actually realized that a lot of startups want to get into e-commerce, and they have pretty much shifted a lot of their business aspect towards getting startups on e-commerce, making it easier for persons to onboard, because I had a challenges onboarding, right? People realize that they have to do e-commerce if you want to be successful in the industry, right? So for persons in the online marketplace right now, NCB will be the best place right now to set up your e-commerce shop, because they provide support. The thing is that problems is inevitable. You're going to find problems while doing e-commerce. It's inevitable that it must happen. So it really boils down to who's going to provide the best support. And I can tell you that the support from NCB has been tremendous, right? They provide support for reconciliation, chargeback queries, and all of that. With NCB, you have daily turnover in terms of your funds. They have the support of everything. So I think they are the best by far when it comes to e-commerce.
I want to do some quick shout outs. So that was Crave, who is a marketplace provider and one of our e-commerce merchants. So I just want to do some quick shout outs based on the attendees who we have on now. So I'm seeing out of USA, I'm seeing we have Diane Gray, and then from Sandwich Shack Trelawney, Kathy Smith, and from St. Andrew, Shanice Green, and Camilla Johnson in Clarendon, and that's Royal Beauty by Cam. And then Shauna Smith, that's Worth Trading. What's that? Shauna Smith, Roots Money is Worth Trading. And then all the way in the grill, Turf Tours, our island Turf Tours in the grill, and that's Norris Anderson. And Honeylicious in Portmore. And I'm seeing, what's this? Nadia Johnson. So just want to welcome you. Thank you very much for joining. We're very excited about this. If you just joined, no worries, we still have the meat to cover. You've missed a little bit, but we still have the meat to cover. So what is e-commerce? Let's start with what is e-commerce. I don't know, let's bring you way back to probably the days of pen pal when you used to write a letter. And you know, you used to put that envelope, that sheet of paper in the envelope, and you call that is doing a mail, right? And then fast forward to now, hardly anybody sends regular mail, they send email, right? So back in the days, we used to have shingles, I used to have little coins and fiat, and you know, that was regular commerce. That's the commerce that everybody knew. But now we're doing it electronically. So now it's called e-commerce. It's the same concept, wherein it's just regular commerce, but it's being done in an electronic manner. So that is the future. And in fact, at this point, I'll say it's the present. We used to say that it's the future, but right now it's no. You know, if you're a merchant, if you're in business, you need to be able to accept payments electronically. And you need to do it not just when the person is in front of you, but you need to be able to do it remotely as well. So that essentially is e-commerce. I'm now going to tell you about the benefits. And you know, I can tell you a lot of benefits, and you'd have heard from one of the video testimonial from Several Crave, and you hear a few more shortly. But long and short, e-commerce, what does it do? It helps you to increase sales. You see, I can tell you a short story, a long story, but just remember this. It helps you to increase sales. And as someone in business, you know, you're in business to increase the sales so you can make a profit, right? And then when you make a profit, you can pay your staff, pay your taxes, you can reinvest, you can expand your business, and you can do the things that matter to you. Send your children to school, you can, if it is to take a vacation, whatever your goals are. So e-commerce will help your business to increase your revenues, and it's one of those upper channel that you don't have to sit down with and baby it. It's not like a physical brick and mortar store where so you can only make a sale when you're there or in the standard business hours. With e-commerce, you could be sleeping and your sales are still happening. So you're making your sales and increasing your profit while you're sleeping or while you're focusing on something else, another business opportunity. And it provides you with a more global reach in that you're not just limited. So let's say for the shack that was in Falmouth, I want to Sandwich Shack in Trelawney. So let's say the person from Sandwich Shack in Trelawney. Most of your customers may be in that geographical space. But if you have an e-commerce presence, you can capitalize on a wider geographical space. So you're not constrained to the market that you have now. So it provides you with an additional market space. And you know, with additional market, you can probably charge at a different pricing. Also, you can increase your services and goods that you offer because they may have a higher spending power. And so there's so much opportunities to capitalize on. So it is important that you go the route of e-commerce so you never miss a sale online. Because with your competitors being even more aggressive at this time, they are also trying to capitalize on opportunities. So if you are in a particular business and there's someone else in the business, but they are offering e-commerce and you're not offering e-commerce, and with you both of you targeting the same customer base, and everybody trying to be more physically distant or socially distant, then everybody wants to do something remotely. And when they recognize that even though they love your pricing and they love your products, they can't reach you because, with a curfew situation, they have less time in the day to spend and do everything that they need to do. So they need to better manage their time. So if they can't buy it from you, they're going to buy it from someone else who has a solution. So it's very important that you think about your business and say, am I missing sale opportunities that are online? So I think the business case for e-commerce has been made. How can we at NCB help you? We have 3 options that we'll be sharing with you today. We're going to share with you options that you can use if you have your existing website. We're also going to share options that you can use if you have no website at all, where you want to either use a website template or you want to send a payment button. And I'm going to define what that is shortly. And also the third option, if you just want to participate in a marketplace where someone else has an e-commerce platform and you'll be listed as a vendor on that platform. So those are the 3 options I'm going to share with you today. Which option is best? It truly depends on your business needs and your ability to execute. And we are ready to have that conversation with you as well. So I'm going to go through now the first option where if you have a website. So how can you unleash the power of your existing website? NCB works with one of the #1 payment gateway providers globally, First Untitled Commerce, FAC. And we will assist you to change your website just from a window shop into a storefront. That's what we will do. So therefore, when someone goes on your website and they see all the solutions that you have and all the products and services, then they can know, not just look, then call, or possibly visit to come and buy. They can make the payment same time so that you can receive payment by next day. And all transactions done via e-commerce up to 4 p.m. each day, you'll be paid the next day. And you're automatically paid in either Jamaican or US based on what you indicate. So you can get paid in both. So if something is sold in US, we can automatically put the funds to your US account. If it's sold in Jamaican, automatically put the funds to your Jamaican account. Or if you only have one account, we do the conversion. And we accept all major currencies. So if someone comes with a pound sterling card or a Canadian card or any other currency card, all the major currencies, it's automatically converted and you still will not miss that sale. We accept all major brands as well. So MasterCard, Visa, KeyCard, all those are accepted on our e-commerce channel. So you won't be missing those sales. So what we'll do, if you have an existing website and you want to use that particular website, for this option, we'll ask that you have a developer in order to set up your website so that it can actually process payments. We will do the entire setup up to the point of the development work, because what we will provide is the payment processing. So that's the extent that we will provide. All our e-commerce transactions as well are extremely secure because we adhere to the payment card industry data security standards as PCI DSS. We adhere to all requirements, and all our transactions are 3D secure as well. So we meet the compliance requirements plus the security requirements. And as an additional option, we also provide a feature called Count, K-O-U-N-T, which is an optional feature that you can set restrictions as to how many times you want a card to be able to do a transaction, or you don't want to accept cards from out of some territories, like you say, you don't want any cards out of X country, right? Or you don't want any card to be used on your site more than X number of times per day, per week, per month, for example. So we will help you to customize your site. For this option, it requires the use of a developer, right? So just how would you get started? So let's say you've decided that this is the option for you. How you get started? So our merchant sales and relationship team, that is island-wide, will assist you. We'll have you complete some documentation. It's not very lengthy. We'll have you complete the forms. We'll visit you as well. And once they're completed, then we will have your merchant number created. We'll also send over your information to First Atlantic Commerce, and they will contact you within 48 hours to actually get your have what we call a kickoff call with your developer to ensure that you're clear with the integration process. And we'd have shared with you the API to guide your developers as well. And the API is also listed on our website, so you can actually get all the details in order to communicate seamlessly on our platform. So we've been doing e-commerce for a long time, over a decade, but we continuously improve. And we have some new solutions as well that we'll also be sharing with you. So let's just pause for a moment. You remember right before we saw the 7 Crave video, I said a word. I said, I don't know who can remember what that word is, but it's marketplace. So let's discuss what is a marketplace. So the easiest way to define it is to describe it. So think of a mall, right? A physical mall, any mall in your community or in your major town that you may be that is near to where you're from, right? When you go to that mall, you have multiple stores, multiple shops, multiple vendors on that mall. That essentially is what a marketplace is. But instead of a physical mall, it's an electronic place. And we have a number of marketplace providers. For example, there's shopqmall.com. That's a marketplace provider. You have coolmarket.com. There's First in Line. There's 7 Crave. There's Cut the Line. There are a number of marketplace providers. There's Barter Living, and all the names I've just called, which is, I'm sure that there's a lot more I didn't call, but all the names I just called are all NCB merchants. So, if you want to provide a marketplace, the #1 financial institution for provide a marketplace is the National Commercial Bank. We have all the major marketplaces, and what they do is that they help merchants who may not want to do an investment in e-commerce and may not feel like they fully understand it, or in addition to having their own site, they may decide that they want to be on a marketplace. And so think of like Amazon as well. Amazon is a marketplace. Nike may decide that in addition to selling shoes on Nike website, someone may not sure which pair of shoe that they want, which pair of sneakers. They may just go on a marketplace and type sneakers, or they may type shoes. And among all the shoes that would be displayed would be Nike as well. So there's still also an opportunity to get some sales on a marketplace, even though you may have your own platform. And when you think about it, especially those marketplaces that don't charge you unless you make a sale, that's, you really don't have anything to lose there. So each marketplace has its own pricing arrangements, and they would have that conversation with you, and they would negotiate those terms to say, okay, we charge X percentage and you get the payment in X number of days, so that is an option that you can avail of. So just to ensure that I'm not losing anybody, so first we spoke about your customized website that requires a developer. Then I'm just talking about the marketplace option now. So there
All right, Gregory, let me stop you.
option.
Let me
Someone
stop
has
you.
a question?
Yes,
Sure.
let me stop you. We have 3 questions for you. So
I'm very glad to hear, and I was getting concerned that there were no questions.
No, man, a lot of questions coming in. So right now, Carrie Smith, she's asking, what if I already have a payment gateway? Can your gateway also be implemented?
So short answer is yes. You do have merchants now that have both NCB as well as another financial institution on their website.
Okay. Number 2, Kathy Smith, she's asking, what would be required to acquire a point of sale machine, and is it portable?
So Kathy, the answer is yes, it's portable. We have many options. I would invite you to just drop your contact details and we'll reach out to you. And also for those who are listening, you can go on jncb.com/MPOS, jncb.com/MPOS, M as in money, and then POS as in point of sale. And you'll see quite a bit of information on our very easy to carry device, which is only $1,000 rental per month at this time. And we also have other mobile options as well, other portable options. So we have a whole range of options. But Kathy, drop your information so we can be sure to reach out to you and to talk to you and get a sense of what your business needs are and help you decide on what's the best solution for you.
Okay.
Right? And Kathy, remember digital as well. So remember e-commerce being one of the primary ways to accept payments now as well.
Right. All right. The third question is, after this, I have one more for you. But no, the third question is from Colette. She's asking, what if the client is not able to sell via website, or what if they're not selling via website? How do you deal with that?
When you, remind me of the person's name?
Colette.
So Colette, I'm not sure if when you say they're not able to sell by a website, if you mean they're offering a service instead of trading. I'm not sure what you mean, Colette. What I'll say is that on our platforms now, we have persons who are counselors. We have counselors who are using our platform. We have persons who are teachers who are offering either extra lessons or actually teaching like their own what do you call it, remote school, and they accept the payments online now. We also have and it's remiss of me not to mention them when I was referring to marketplace. We have mdlink.com, which is a marketplace with multiple doctors where you can go on and select which doctor, if you need a pulmonologist or you need whichever type of doctor you need, and you select that doctor, you book an appointment, doctor sees you online, the doctor writes your prescription, you would have entered your card details and make the payment. So there are persons who use the platform for service and not just necessarily for goods. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean by selling via website.
Okay, all right. Question number 4 is from Wamil Kendall. Hope
Yes.
I pronounced the first name correctly. He's a web developer. So he's asking what are the options for non-profits. He has a client who would like to accept donations on their non-profit website. So he wants to know what are the options available and what are the fees, if any.
Okay, excellent question, Wamil. And I'm sure we have a number of non-profits as well who are merchants, and I'm sure that they're fine with us saying that they are using NCB platform. For example, Food for the Poor, that's a big non-profit. And there is Lasco Chin Foundation, and they're using our platforms as well. And they use different options. So different merchants use different options. So you may decide that you already have your website and you want to use the first one that I spoke about, a standard integration where you have a developer, and a number of non-profits use that. You also have non-profits who decide to use the other options, which I'll speak about shortly. And I can't think of any non-profit that's a part of a marketplace right now, but that's also an option as well.
Okay.
So
all right,
any of the options to accept payments online, a non-profit can be available. So there's no restriction on the type of business that can use any of the options.
Okay, Gregory, can you repeat again for our audience where they can go to find out more information about all you have talked about already?
All right, so we've dropped the links in the chat. So for those who may not have heard me clearly, it's in the chat, and the central place is jncb.com. But once you click on that link that we've sent in the chat, and we'll be able to reach out to you and give you all the details. And we've also sent in the chat the jncb.com/mpos, particularly for the person who was asking about our mobile solutions.
Okay, and I also want to add, before I allow you to continue, Gregory, that there's a link in the chat with a form for those who are interested in the e-commerce platform. Kindly fill it out, and so we can get in touch with you to start the process. All right, Gregory, you may continue.
Okay, thank you, Donovan. All right, so just to recap a little, so we've spoken about your customized solution where you'd use the developer. So that's this one that we spoke about, how to unleash the power of your existing e-commerce unleash the power of your existing website. So we've spoken about that, and we just spoke about the marketplace option. We described the different.
Yes, it's just a time thing now because.
All right, hello. All right, I'm going to continue. I think someone needs to mute. So we've described the different options that are available and, the type of business that can choose to capitalize on any of those options. All right, so I'm now going to just pause and I'm going to talk about some other options. And These are primarily utilized by our SMEs, but not exclusively, because we're seeing where even larger businesses who want to be able to reach customers in a very social way are using these as well. So I'm going to talk about our e-commerce in a box solutions, and these are powered by Figaro. That's a partnership we have with Figaro, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about these solutions. So we have the Ncb payment button solution, and we have the Ncb website template. What is a payment button? A payment button is it empowers you as a business owner to send via WhatsApp, to send via Instagram DM, to send via Facebook Messenger, or even via an email, essentially a link wherein a customer may make a payment to you based on a goods or service that you have delivered to them. So a number of merchants have been using it, and you'd see a video shortly wherein a particular merchant, normally she would have been doing bank transfers, or should have used the point of sale machine, should have used the MPOS when the delivery person goes to actually drop off the goods and then collect the payment at that time. Now what she does instead is that she sends the payment buttons to her customers, and they make the payment, and once the payment is confirmed, then she actually ships out the items. And we've had a number of merchants doing this, including some of the service providers that I referred to earlier, like those who are doing teaching as well as counseling. Well, let's say you don't want to do that, but you want a website. So you want a website, but you don't want to go the route of having a developer. You want something that you can just start now. And that is the beauty of the Ncb website template, wherein you can have the look and feel of a very customized website, albeit it's a template that is provided, and you do drag and drop different images. So it shows where you can put your logo, it shows where your product information must be listed. What is required of you, however, is that you will need to spend some time and to upload your inventory. So if you're selling pencils, how many pencils are you selling? So if this is HB2, you have 40, a quantity of 40 HB2 pencils. If you have them in different colors, then you need to have it listed as a different stock unit as well. And then when you have uploaded that inventory, as the purchases are made, the inventory is automatically updated. So when you're down to, let's say, 5, you can know that, okay, that is the reorder level, whatever the number is. So that it has the beauty of that. And then also you need to deliver. So some of the key pain points that business owners have found with e-commerce, why it hasn't taken off as strongly as we'd have wanted to even prior to COVID, is that one, they had a challenge with the logistics piece. So how do they manage the inventory, and how do they manage the delivery? They also had a challenge with marketing the site, because when you build a site, how do you get people to come to it? How do you have your customers know that this is an option? At Ncb, we're helping merchants such as yourself to solve for those pain points. So we're solving for the pain points. So from the logistics perspective, with this, the inventory is automatically updated. And then we go further in that we have an automated connection with DHL, where you can use DHL as a shipping option. And this is optional for you. So if you have a bike man or someone else who does your delivery, that's fine as well. But we have an API with DHL, which can, once you have your item ready and it's sold, and your customer would have selected that they want shipping, and they're using DHL for the shipping, it will be automatically communicated to DHL to come to your business place, pick up the item, and then deliver it to the customer at the shipping address that they have indicated. And then also the other pain point that I mentioned was the marketing of it. For these solutions, what we do is that it can connect to your social media pages, and you can optimize it to come up in your Google searches. And then even in addition to these solutions, you can do the marketplace option that a number of providers offer through Ncb, and then they will do the marketing for you. So there's quite a bit of opportunity here. So whether you're choosing to do the payment button option or the website template, or you're doing, in addition to that, you're going to do a marketplace, so that when someone is doing a general search, they'll find your solution as a particular, if you don't have a strong brand recognition, we have the solutions for you here at NCB. So how do you get started? Similarly, we'll sign you up, and once you sign up, you would log into figaro.com, create a profile in terms of your email address and a password, and then you would have your back office. And in your back office, you just start uploading your images for your products. And it's important that you have nice clean images for your products. You upload the images, you upload the inventory, you upload your pricing as well, and then you'll be able to start. So far, we've seen where customers who get set up for this are starting within, I'll say within about 7 days, they from start to displaying their website to start getting sales on their website. So before, the e-commerce process was a little lengthy, but now we have options for you to actually trim down the process and to help you to be able to start accepting payments online very quickly, because we don't want you to be missing the sales because your competitors are getting the sales. So I'm going to share with you now a quick video from one of our existing merchants who started using the Ncb website templates, and this is Kaibees. And then right after, Kemar Harris is going to show you the how you'd actually do it.
Shortly after leaving UTech, I decided to give entrepreneurship a shot. I began selling stainless steel jewelry on the sidewalk in Halfway Tree. I reinvested my money into the business and got a vehicle. I was selling from the back of my vehicle when I received an Ncb MPOS machine, which greatly added to my business. Fast forward, 2 years later, from the sidewalk, I now have a small store inside Park Plaza in Halfway Tree and a website template from Ncb. I am proud to say that I'm also a new homeowner, having just received a mortgage through Ncb. Having launched my website from Ncb, I have seen increased sales and I now have 1 employee. In times like these, it is a great business solution to provide quality service to customers and to decrease physical contact. The most valuable element of Ncb's Figaro is being able to make money in your sleep, and that is priceless.
Okay, over to you, Kemar.
Thank you for that amazing walkthrough, Gregory. I think it's really amazing what Ncb is doing, empowering businesses to be able to sell online. At PO, we've had the opportunity to integrate a few of our customers with, Ncb's, First Atlantic Commerce and so on. And it has been tremendous. The support is exceptional. So I must say that Ncb is doing a really great job. Even our marketplace that we just launched, Cart Amazing, is powered by Ncb. So I wanted to jump in right now. Gregory spoke about Figaro, right? And how amazing and how simple it is to set up your platform, set up your website with Figaro. So I want to, just walk you through really quickly. You've heard the awesome presentation. You've heard what it can do. But is there anyone who is excited to see it in action? Just send me a 5 in the chat. Send me a high 5 in the chat if you're excited to see it in action. Let me see. All right. So, powerful. I see a lot of persons excited to see it. Nicole is excited. Shauna Spencer is excited. Carlene Wood is excited. So I want to jump right in and show you Figaro. So first of all, let me just jump to Figaro's website. This is Figaro's website, and this is where you will come to as well after you've interacted with Ncb, just to create your account and sign up. The support there, they even have a live chat, so they're really helpful. They really, put out the extra effort to help you as an Ncb customer. So this is Figaro. This is where you will go to sign up. I want to show you an example of my Figaro website that I was able to configure in just about 10 minutes, right? Just about 10 to 15 minutes. I was able to select an Ncb template and jump right in and create this really simple, easy to navigate website. So this is it, a 10-minute site. In 10 minutes or in 15 minutes, you can get your website up with, this Figaro option that Ncb is providing you. If you come here and you click on my shop, you will see my products there. I just added a few products, just for sample, just for showing. You can click on any of the products that I have available. So I've added this chain. You can select the size that you want. You can choose your color. You can go ahead and add to cart, proceed to checkout. And just like that, you're able to enter your details. So I'm just showing you that it's a real e-commerce store ready for business. Let me select Jamaica. All right, and I can select a parish. Continue. And thereafter, I'm able to select my shipping option. You would have heard Gregory mention that, you know, DHL is integrated. So I added a DHL shipping option here. And I also added, let's say you have your own courier, you can add your own shipping option.
All right, Kemar, I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt you. We have some final questions for Gregory.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, so I have to go back. I want to go back to Gregory to just address these questions before we move fully into the meat of your presentation. So,
Right.
Gregory,
okay.
I have to bring you back very temporarily. All right, so Roshan Winter, he's asking, what are the common styles of marketplace agreements between the host and vendors?
All right, so Roshin, that is an independent agreement that you're joining with the marketplace host, as you term it. So they will determine what rate they'll charge you per transaction. They'll determine how soon they pay you. So those are the key things that they would speak to. Some of them go to the extent to say the nature of the items that their marketplace will display. For example, Things Jamaica, that's one of the marketplace providers that we have, and that is done through JVDC, which they promote real craft items. So you're not gonna see them selling electronic cell phones on their marketplace.
Okay, Ashiki Spooner, not so sure if I got the pronunciation for the first name correctly, but she's asking with the MPOS rental if there's also a transaction fee.
So definitely, Tashiki, and we negotiate fees with our customers. I can share with you the general fees. So the rental fees are $1,000 flat per month. For debit card, it's a flat amount that is charged per transaction, and for credit card is a percentage of the transaction value.
Okay, and the final question for you, Gregory, is from Diane Gray, who is tuning all the way from overseas. But she wants to know if she has to go into an NCB branch to sign up for MPOS or e-commerce.
All right, so if you're an existing merchant, no. You can just send us a letter and we can get started. That's it. If you're an existing merchant. If not, we do require that you actually sign some documents for account opening purpose only. Let's say you're opening an individual account. You can do that exclusively online, but there are documents that we do require for you to sign for merchant services.
Okay, thank you, Gregory. Excellent presentation, and that closes off your segment, but stay on, you never know.
Okay, no problem.
Kemar, thanks. Kemar, before you continue, there's one question for you. Yvonne Brown wants to know if you recommend developers.
If I recommend developers?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand the question fully.
Well, I could probably take that question if I may.
Okay, Gregory.
So, Yvonne, we do have a number of developers that we've worked with, and we work with any developer. At any point, if you want us to share with you developers we have worked with, we can share that with you. At the same time, we're not recommending, we're just saying that these are the developers who have assisted other merchants in order to be able to accept payments online, particularly if you're going the customized website, customized solution and not using one of the out-the-box solution, right? So we do have a number of developers we've worked with in the past, but it's not a recommendation.
Okay, thanks, Gregory. All right, Kemar, over to you, sir.
All right. So I was just, giving you a quick run through of Figaro because I wanted to show you that in 15 minutes, I was able to, build this quick website. and we can already accept payment live. No, I hope no one is trying to order any of my products, because the products that I've added are really just some sample products right now. But I wanted to show you that my website is ready for business. You can see right now I can accept payments via KeyCard, MasterCard, Visa, and it really only took me a few minutes. Right, and I tell you that for someone who builds websites from the ground up, the time that it takes you to build a website, you can never build a website in 15 minutes, especially not an e-commerce website. So for those of you who decide to go the route of Figaro, this is a really great option, really fast, really simple and straightforward. So what I'll do right now, I'll jump right into the back end of Figaro and show you the settings that are available and just give you a quick walkthrough, so that when you are ready to set up your website, after you've signed up and ready to start, you know what to do. Okay, so I'm in the back end, and first of all, you see that Figaro has different modules. It has an invoicing module. So maybe you need to do some accounting as well. You can utilize that module. And that would allow you to generate invoices, and your invoices will have a payment button allowing your customers to pay their invoices online. So that I think is really powerful as well. The accounting module basically, generate reports for you. You may need to do some profit and loss, some balance sheets. The accounting module will help you to, really just monitor your finances, monitor your transactions. The logistic module, now I'll get to this shortly, but the logistics module, is really how we fulfill orders and how we, check and see how many orders are coming in, what option we should use for delivery and so on. That's also where we, can decide that we want to call DHL to come and pick up a package. Well, not call them, but what we do there sends a message to DHL that a package is ready for pickup. Now, the payment buttons, Gregory mentioned the payment buttons, and the payment buttons, is the fastest way to, give customers a quick link, not confusing at all, a quick way to pay you. They just click a link, they click that button or they click the link, and immediately they can just, enter their credit card information and pay you the amount that they need to pay. Of course, reports, are necessary in any e-commerce business. So this is very vital. Products and services, I'll walk you through the process to add a few products and add a few services so that you know exactly how to do it. And Figaro also keeps a list of all your customers so that if at any point you need to contact back your customers, you can come here and see the information. Settings, I'll go through this. And of course, the websites option. I showed you my website that I built in a few minutes. I built it from the websites module. So I think I'm going to start with websites. So when you go to websites, it has a My Shop option. Right? And within the My Shop, you're able to configure. If you want, you can decide to use a Figaro domain name to start, or you can purchase your own domain name from a provider such as GoDaddy.com or Namecheap or any of the domain name providers. So you would see that my domain name that I'm working with at this point is shop.harrisdigital.com. So I got that domain name and I just configured it to use it for my website here. So you're not restricted to using a Figaro domain. You can add your own domain name. This is where I added my logo and the favicon, this little icon here that shows up in the browser. This is where I went to do it. Now, for those of you who are developers or who need to integrate, some advanced options like Google Analytics, or you need to put in some coding for SEO purposes, you can do this via the meta box. But I don't recommend, I didn't even put anything here. I don't recommend using it if you're not familiar with, meta tags and HTML. But the option is there, so just giving you some additional power, some additional flexibility. All right. Now, this is where I spent a bit of time, just creating the pages that I wanted on my website. I created what I think are the more important pages: a home page, about us, ensure that I had a privacy policy, a shipping and a return policy. So if I should go back to my website, you will see my pages showing up here. All right, so you see my pages and you see the content that I've added so far. You can see my privacy policy that I've added. So this is where I went to do it. I simply came here, clicked this plus button, was able to give my page a title. So what page am I missing? Okay, I don't see a terms and conditions page. Or maybe I can put a today's deals page that I can update daily. These are the deals that we are offering today. All right, so I'll create this page right now. And just as I'm creating this page, immediately I can, add a few sections to my page. So I can decide that, oh, I want to add a banner at the top of my page, and I can select a nice image to use as the banner. So maybe I want to use this image as a banner for my page. I just give this section a title. So this is my banner 1. I can come and I can add another section. Maybe I want to put a few of my products on this particular page. Let's see. All right, this says 4 items. I can put 4 items coming across. Let me just select an image. So maybe I want to put, put a picture that will link to this particular product. Let me put Best Jamaican t-shirt. I'm just showing you how simple it is. How simple it is to set up. My button text, I want it to say shop now. And for my URL that this button will link to, I want it to link to a particular product. So where is my shirt? My shirt should be somewhere here in the list. All right, I'm not seeing it, but I'm just gonna select another product, just, as an example. All right, let me just select another product here. I thought I added that product before, but I guess I didn't. And I won't try to finish building out a full page, but I just want to show you how simple it is. So I just added 2 sections to this page. I can come to website actions and I can click on publish, and immediately if I come back to my website, I should see, that I have another page available. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that I need to come and update my menu. So I forgot that. It's good that I'm making mistakes. So when you too make mistakes, you can, resolve them easily. So my today's deals page, I just added it, but I didn't put it in my navigation. So navigation is right here, and this is where you add items to your menu. And I can decide that I want my today's deals to be, right after, I want it to be right at the top, right after home. And I'm gonna click on done. I'm gonna save and I'm gonna publish it again. So this is Figaro, guys. This is how simple it is. And I'm gonna try to show you as much as possible in this little time so that you can have an appreciation for it and so that you're not completely lost when you, begin to do it for yourself. All right, so here's my page. Oh, I thought I put it at the top. All right. So I added this banner, and remember, these are just random pictures that I've taken up and decided to use, but you would spend more time just crafting your page. You would add some text, some headers, but I'm just showing you how simple it is to do everything that we're doing here. So immediately I click on the product and it takes me there and I can shop and check out and so on. So that is how simple it is. I was able to do that without entering into any code. I'm a developer, but with Figaro, I realized that, hey, do I want to even develop anymore? Because look how simple it is to build an e-commerce website here. Something that would usually take a very long time or even be so expensive. All right, so I just showed you pages. This is where you go to add and customize your page. My own page that looks so nice, which I designed, it's right here. I designed it here. If I wanted to edit it, I just come back. So I just come to pages and I click on it, and immediately I can begin to edit the different sections in my page. right? I can begin to edit the different sections. So I could even change the banner that is right here and go ahead and publish. So now you see how it is to set up your page, how you set up your navigation, your media library, any image that you want to use on your site, you can upload it here and then you can move on to adding it to a particular page. Now,
Okay, Kemar.
Gregory mentioned something very important. Oh,
Yeah, at this juncture, we have some questions for you.
okay.
All right, so Ruth Tyson, she says she's not getting the button concept. So I don't know if you want
Oh,
to.
I haven't gotten there at all.
Oh, you haven't gotten to the button concept as yet.
No, I have not gotten to the button concept.
So Ruth,
I'm going there next though. I'm going there next, but I
so,
haven't touched it yet.
so hang on, Ruth.
I'm gonna show you exactly, you know,
Right.
what the button is, how it works, and how to create one.
Okay, great. So Ruth, we're coming right up to your
Coming to
question.
your route. Don't worry, we're getting there.
Roshane Winter, he has another question. He says, with the payment button, I don't know if it's related to the same thing, but with the payment button, how soon is the payment confirmation typically received?
Immediately. Immediately, the moment you get an order, you will get, you know, of course, it takes a time to get to your inbox, but you know, within seconds or minutes, you'll get a notification that, hey, this payment just came in. Or you
Right.
can come to the website and check and see the list of orders as well.
Okay, and Sandra Samuels, she wants to know if the website, our website is like Spotify.
Like Spotify.
Yes,
Not
Spotify is a
necessarily.
music website.
Right. No, not necessarily. I mean, this is an e-commerce specific platform, so you won't be able to. I mean, if you offer music services, you can accept payment for them with Figaro, but you know, it's not a website for playing music, right? It's not a website for that. It's specific to e-commerce. So people who are, you know, your need right now is e-commerce. That's what Figaro does.
Okay, well, Spotify actually, it's an e-commerce site for purchasing music. So hence, maybe she's asking if it operates in the same way.
Right. So you can sell your music. The beauty of Figaro is that it has that flexibility, and I'll show you you can sell your music. Items that you don't need to, you know, ship, you can sell them. In fact, I plan on listing some services, some, you know, some online consultation, you know, different type of things. If I'm
Okay.
selling an ebook on Figaro, or if I'm selling music here, as soon as I get an order that this person ordered the music, then I can go ahead and, you know, dispatch it to them. It might just not be as automatic as Spotify, where, oh, you purchase and immediately you can download it, but you can still, you know, sell your music, sell whatever it is. The important thing is that you get paid and you know who ordered, so that you can now send them what they ordered.
All right, thank you. Over to you. Oh, wait, just before you go, one more question. Jackie Neal, is this Jackie Neal? Not Jacqueline, Jackie Neal Spooner. She wants to know if this site you can ship overseas using this e-commerce site.
Yes, and I'm gonna show you how. I will
Right,
show you how, Miss Spooner. You can
right,
ship overseas, even if you have your own shipping rate, you're not relying on DHL, you can input your own shipping rate, and I'll show you how. I'll definitely get there.
right. Gregory, you wanted to jump in? No? All right, over back to you, Kemar.
All right. So Gregory mentioned Ncb templates. That tells you that, you know, you don't have to design from scratch. It tells you that there are pre-built options, color schemes. You know, there are options to choose from. So I want to show you the template section. So within my settings, website settings, I'm now at change template. So if you just recall how my website looks right now, I can change a I can look at these template options that are available. So I can see that, oh, this template, you know, the shop page looks like this with 3 products coming across. How does mine look now? Mine just has 2 products coming across. So you can look at the different templates. Wait, I don't want to select this one just yet. I really want to look first before making a decision. So you can look, they have quite a number of templates available to you, and you can play around with them. All right, I'm going to select this template called Sunrise. I'm gonna click change template. All right, so I just changed my template. And you know, one thing I forget to do sometimes is that I forget to come to website actions and publish my changes. Each time you change the design or you add a new page or you optimize your menu, you should come and publish your changes. And when you publish it, it takes maybe 5 seconds, and then you can refresh and you will see that things have changed up a bit. So we saw with that template, you know, the words look a little different. I mean, the standard design of the site is the same, but the color scheme just changed, right? The color scheme changed. Now I have 3 products coming across. You may notice some minor changes on the home page as well, right? So that's the beauty of templates. You see my banner change down here, right? So that's the beauty of templates. You can look through them and you can choose the template that you like most. And then what I can do too is that I can come and I can customize my template. I can say that I want my secondary color to be red. And then you can go to the website, you can check out the changes and see what happens. You can change the font. You know, there are different font options. So maybe I wanted, let's say I was selling women clothing, I might have wanted a more I'm not sure if I can use this term, but a more feminine font, something, you know, looking more fun and exciting. I could come here and change the fonts up a bit. I'm just choosing random, you know, random fonts, random colors, just so that we can look and see what changes will take place. So I'm gonna go ahead now and publish my changes. I'm gonna, you know, just go over to another page, basically refreshing. Okay, I can definitely see that the font has changed. Not a very exciting font, but I can see that my font has definitely changed. If I wanted my buttons to be, you know, red instead of green, I could have come here and changed the primary color. Let's say I wanted it to be, you know, purple, another color. Just change my color and go ahead and publish. And you get the gist of it. Figaro, you don't need to be a developer. You just go in. In fact, I didn't watch any video or any tutorials. I just went in and looked at the different options available to me. And I recommend that you do that as well. And you can utilize their chat as you're doing it. Don't expect to get everything in one go when you're doing it. Utilize their chat and utilize their support portal that has, you know, step-by-step instructions on how to do different things. So I am going to show you now quickly how to add products, and then I'm going to show you how to, you know, generate a payment button and how to check when your orders come in. So products and services. So here is where you see the products that are available. If you want to add a new product, you can just come here and click the create product button. But before I do that, let me just show you some of the other tabs that are there. Products and services, you know what that is already. Product options. Let's say you are selling clothing. Your clothing comes, you know, in different colors. It comes in different sizes. I'm about to add a product, you know, what type of product am I going to add tonight? I'm going to add a phone. And my phone, I have different storage capacity options. I have a 16 gig, a 32 gig, a 64 gig. And I want customers to be able to choose their preference. So for product option, I know in advance that I will need a product option called storage capacity. And I'm going to put 16 GB, 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte, 64 gigabyte. These are the product options that I will need. You know, I'll need it for a particular product. So I'm just creating it in advance and I'll show you how to use it. Then for my categories. For categories, I already went ahead and created a list of categories. I want to sell clothing, I want to sell hats, jewelry, masks, smartphones, etc. And in most cases, when you're on the shop page, if your categories have products in them, you will see the categories shown here and customers can just jump to a particular category to find the items that they want. So that's the beauty of categories. Now, we also have a supplier tab. I generally don't use the supplier tab much, but if you want to keep track of, who supplied you with a particular product, you can load in all your suppliers here. And as we're adding products, you will see that you have the option to select who is the supplier. Inventories, I think of inventories as where my products are stored. So I, create different storage locations here. And then when we're adding products, we can select the location that the products are at. So let's say I have a storage facility in Kingston and I have one in Montego Bay. So I've added those locations here. Now, taxes. When you're adding a product, you have the option, to, select your tax value, select the tax that should be applied to the product. But you have to pre-create it here. So I went ahead and created, I had 16.5% tax there first, and then I said, no, but the tax right now is 15%. So I came here and I created a new tax value. I selected percentage, enter the amount, and I basically ensuring that I can collect taxes. Coupons, let's say you want to give, a discount. You have some special elite customers. You want to be able to give them a discount. You can generate a coupon here. So I generate a coupon elite-customers. It is set to percentage. So I'm giving my elite customers 50% off. This is for elite customers. Or maybe, it's breast cancer month. So I can put save a breast as my coupon code. They get 50% off, and maybe I can send this in an email to all my female customers, and I can set it to expire when? The end of, October. So I've just created a coupon, and the coupon code, I'm going to show you the option during checkout. You can enter a coupon code and it gives that discount. All right, so back to the most important section, products and services. Without a product or without a service, what are you selling? All right, nothing. So I want to create a new product. I have a few here already, but I'll create a new one just for, this walkthrough. So I have my product information already written up. So I have my product title. I have my product description. Now here where it says currency, actually, my agreement with Ncb is that I can, get payment in both Jamaican and US. So in Figaro, you select, J $ for US or the $ just for US. So I'll put J $. A code, this is your stock keeping unit code that you use to uniquely identify your items. So I'm gonna put SN10. In my mind, that means Samsung Note 10. For my price, the price is 60,000. I'm not sure how much a Samsung Note is going for, but this is the price that I'll put for now. And the weight is in kg. So if you know the weight of your item in pounds, you just do the conversion. I'm just gonna put a random number for now. Now, I did mention to you that my Samsung Note, comes in different storage capacities.
Kemar,
Yes, go ahead.
Importance of the weight as it relates to the shipping, please.
Yes, so, I'm very happy that Gregory mentioned that. All shipping providers, they look at the weight of your package when they are, pricing it. I'm sorry, I didn't know the weight of the Samsung Note. But the weight, when a customer is ordering, if a customer orders 10 items, it affects the shipping costs. So if all 10 items add up to be, 12 pounds, then you're going to be charged a certain amount by DHL if you're using DHL, or you're going to be, charged a certain amount by your special courier. But it's important that you enter it for each product that you're putting so that the shipping cost can be calculated properly.
Okay, Kemar, some questions, boy. The audience is finding this segment extremely interesting. A lot of questions rolling in.
Okay.
So this first question is for both you, yourself, and Gregory. Are
Right.
there any restrictions when using the NCB templates? Example, alcohol, cigarettes, and other adult-only items. If they want to know if there are any restrictions using the platform for those.
All right, so
Those
to answer your
commodities.
question, I know we have merchants out of Montego Bay and Ocho Rios who cater to tourists. And they, for example, I bought a bottle of rum cream, just someone, just to, as to be his first customer, right? And he does cigars as well. He does cohibas, but he couldn't ship them overseas because of restrictions that US has in terms of the importation of cohibas, because they consider that to be a Cuban product. But in terms of from NCB perspective, these are items that you could have in a store, and you'd have a point of sale machine that you can sell using the point of sale machine, right?
Okay, all right. This question is for Kemar. Celia
Right.
Seaton, she's asking what if you already have your website, say on Wix or WordPress?
Oh, that's a very good question. So if you already have your website on Wix or WordPress, you can, by the way, if you're on WordPress and you're using WooCommerce, we at Pulse Social actually have a plugin that we can set up for you and integrate you with the NCB, with NCB solution directly. However, let's say you don't want to go that route, you want the simplest, quickest method. You get Figaro and you can use the payment button solution to generate different payment links for each item that you're selling. So on Wix, I can put up my Brazilian ear product and put the price there, and I put a button that says buy now, and when they click that buy now, they get redirected to my payment page on Figaro that will charge them the respective amount.
Okay, so like,
they can still use their existing platform and utilize the payment buttons on their site.
all right, so like you buy a lot of Brazilian here in a Kemar. All right, Gregory,
I'm not the one that buys it, no, but I see the credit card statement.
Okay, Gregory, we have a number of questions for you, so don't move a muscle. But before I go back to Gregory, let me just ask Kemar these other two questions.
Right.
So Nicole Senior, she's asking what is the security like on this site? If there's a breach, who handles the consequence of any breach?
Okay, so just note that NCB has their security requirements, and before you even launch your e-commerce platform, it has to comply with those requirements. But I'll allow Gregory to explain who handles the situation that arises, but I believe it's depending on the nature of the problem.
Well, you're quite correct, Kemar. As it relates to security, as I mentioned earlier, all our sites are PCI compliant, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards compliant. We also do quarterly penetration tests on all websites that NCB facilitates payments through. So it doesn't matter which one of the solutions you're going with, we will do a quarterly penetration test. I want to test the site for vulnerability, and then we'd make recommendations to say, okay, you need to resolve these issues on your site to ensure that there are no breaches. As it relates to chargeback and disputes, you'd have heard in one of our earlier testimonials from Seven Crave that were very easy to work with and very supportive. And what we'll do is that we'll reach out to you for information to confirm the legitimacy of the transaction. And in terms of whomever will be liable, it depends specifically on what happened in that transaction.
Okay, Kemar, Kathy Smith, she's asking if the platform is suitable for food production businesses.
Definitely. I think the platform is flexible for any type of business, but you're seeing exactly the features that are available here. Anybody can use Figaro. However, if you have special requirements, that you want your own unique website, you want when a person, maybe you want like a Domino's, when a person order a product, they see a bar running and say, the driver is 5 minutes away from you. Such options, we would recommend that you integrate directly with NCB through First Atlantic Commerce and have your developer develop a custom solution for you.
Okay, Royal Maxwell.
What Kemar said, Donovan, if you're looking at an extremely customized solution, then this is not the solution for you.
Right.
If you're looking for something that is fast and allows you to accept payments online, then this is for you. For example, we have a wedding planner in Portland who uses this platform. We have a psychologist in Kingston who uses this platform. We have we have people in Manchester and St. Elizabeth who are doing farming who uses this platform. So it depends on what you want. But if you're looking something very customized, this is not the solution for you.
Okay. All right. So Royal Maxwell is asking how mobile friendly is the website template?
All right, so Royal, it's mobile first. So before you would think about a laptop, it's mobile first. So it's designed with mobile first. So it's extremely mobile friendly. It's mobile native.
Okay. All right. Marista McCain, she's asking a question to me. Can I open a business account online? So Marista, at this point, no, you can't. Our online platform now currently only facilitates the opening of personal accounts, non-business accounts. But if you come to the branch, there's a fast track process for you. Just ask for a business banker, and your opening of an account will be fast tracked. All right. So Gregory, I have a bunch of questions for you now, sir. So let me get right to those before Kemar continues. All right. So number one, Garfield Miller is asking, can I receive payments through my Android phone instead of getting a POS device from the bank?
So Garfield, we do have solutions that are paired with your Android or iOS phone. That is the MPOS, but it does require a card reader device. Separate and apart from that, if you don't want a card reader device, then we have Quisk, which you can use on your Android device only, and that will be an app. You do not need a card reader.
Okay. So Roxanne is asking a very interesting question. She offers services. Her clients pay her cash to perform services on their behalf. This cash is not a part of her business. When NCB deducts charges from these funds and from my fees, I then have to supplement the customer's money from her pocket. Can't it be optional for a flat fee to be applied rather than a percentage fee? So I'm trying to understand, right?
So what I understand that Roxanne does is that she provides value to her customers, and think of, let's say, another merchant, Virtual Mart, which would do Price Mart shopping or meal pack delivery, which was a Price Mart shopping for customers. So they would go to Price Mart or any other supermarket and buy the items for these customers. So they get a shopping list of $200,000 from a particular customer. Say you done upon doing your weekly shopping, $200,000, right? And then they give a shopping list. But that 200,000 is to purchase the goods. So Roxanne, what I'll say is that you price the service accordingly to cover the fees that are associated with the value that you bring to your consumers.
Okay. Thank you for that answer, Gregory. Carlton is asking if there's a marketplace for automotive services and repairs.
So Carlton, sounds like you want to start a business there. So, it might be an opportunity in the making for you, Carlton. And while none readily comes to mind, probably you should be the first one, and we at NCB can assist you with getting set up online.
Okay, this seems to be a follow-up or clarification, Kemar, on an earlier question asked by Andrea. She's saying she was really inquiring about the other shopping sites. I think it was a Spotify question. She's asking if she's inquiring about the other shopping sites. The presenter spoke to Q-Mall, Cool Market, but I didn't catch the other names. You recall that?
Oh, I think that's when I was speaking about quite a few marketplace options that are available. So
Okay.
I said Q-Mall, I said coolmarket.com. I'd also said 7 Crave, First in Line, Cut the Line, MD Link. There are a number of them, and some of them cater to particular niches. So like MD Link is just for medical attention. Schoolfeepayments.com, that's just for schools who don't necessarily want to set up an e-commerce, but they want to be added to a marketplace option where parents can go and pay the school fees on that site. And then you have the general ones like Brata Living and a number of others that I mentioned earlier, which it will be broad categories that anybody can list anything in.
Okay, and this is more a comment than a question. It says, the person is saying, I find that many clients have a challenge with the fees associated with e-commerce. In Jamaica, it's way higher than other countries in North America. That will take some time to change the mindset of clients. You're saying that because the fees are so much higher than our counterpart overseas, it will take some
Okay.
time to change, right, the mindset.
So, and we take that feedback and we always listen to the customers, and these are some solutions which have lower fees. At the same time, the ones in North America that customers often compare us to, once they're doing high volumes, that trigger even much higher fees. So we've had customers who say they're going to go that option, but then as their volumes increase, they are difficulty getting the funds, there are tax issues, and then they also were being charged a much higher rate. So they said, hold on, it's cheaper if I were to do it in Jamaica. And of course, if I'm going to do it in Jamaica, I'm going to do it with the #1 bank. So that's why they come to us, even after having a conversation with us first, and then said, no man, this is too expensive. But they recognize that value for value, we do provide a cheaper option. Notwithstanding, we've also reduced our fees recently with the newer options that we have. So, and I'll share a little bit about the fees after Kemar finishes.
Okay, all right. Thanks much, guys. So that's it for now in terms of questions. So Kemar, over to you again, sir, until the next set of questions rolling.
All right, I'm excited to see that the audience is well engaged. Okay, so let me just finish adding this product, because many persons ask, they ask about, can I let customers choose a way? Can I let customers choose a color? It's called a product option in Figaro. So for me, what I want them to choose is really the storage capacity that they want, their phone to have. So I chose the storage capacity, and if you recall, I had configured it here in product options, and I had put in the 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte, and 64. So now that I've done that, before even my price box just disappeared, because I need to add the options that are available first. So I click the add version button. I can select 16 gigabyte option, and I'm gonna put a special code for that one. SN10 16, put 80,000 as my price, put the weight there. I'm gonna put my 32 gigabyte. I have all three of them in stock. I'm gonna put 32 here. I'm gonna put my, it's the same, no, not the same price, actually a little bit more. So you can put different price for different product options. I'm gonna put my 64 gigabyte. I'm gonna select that option to be available too. I'm gonna put the price at 100,000 for this one. Yes, put the weight, and then I can move over to the other tabs that are here. So product category and taxes. So I can indicate that the category for this item is smartphones. And of course, the categories don't come pre-done for you in Figaro. You must go here to categories and create them first. And I want to indicate that, this item actually has a tax applied to it. It has a 15% tax. I'm going to select that tax option. The next tab, it's asking me for images. So let me go ahead and choose an image. This is my first image. In fact, I think I should have chosen both images. You can have multiple images, so I'll select both. All right, so I selected my two images. The next thing I want to do is I want to come to inventory and ensure that I indicate the amount I have available. Now, if you don't, indicate that you have products in stock, it may show as out of stock on your website, right? And this is very important. You don't want people to over order either. You don't want, many customers to come and they're ordering an item that is no longer available. So I have, at my Kingston location, I have 5 of my, and you have to remember your code. This is my Samsung Note, 16 gigabyte, a 32 gigabyte. Let's say that's only available in Montego Bay. It doesn't matter to the customer where it is stored, but it matters to me internally. I have 3 of them there. For the 32 gig, I have it at Kingston office and I have 15 of them there. All right. So I want to go ahead now, and what I will do, oh, by the way, I'm seeing a little error that I should have fixed. I have the same code twice. If you have the same code twice, it will give an error. Your product codes should be unique. This should have been 64. So that was my bad. All right, that was my error. So now I can go ahead and save. And now that I've saved the item, I can go to my shop page and look for the item. No, my item won't show up, but I'll show you why. All right, so my item is not there even though I just saved it. So it's here, but it's not there. You need to ensure that your item is, you select where it says show on website. You can tend to miss this when you're doing it the first time. You need to toggle this box and ensure that, it is set to yes. So I'm going to update again. I'm going to refresh. And just like that, I can see that my product is now available. Samsung Note 10 Plus. I can add it to cart. A customer can add it to cart. I don't want this one. I just want my Samsung Note. Let me just go back and show you that the product options are actually there. All right? I'm not sure if you realize. So if you look closely, surge capacity, a customer can indicate, the size of the phone that they want. If they select 32 gigabyte, the price changes to 90. If they select 64, it changes to 100, exactly what I configured. My two images, they're there, customers can view them. I can add to cart. And when you add to cart now, because I selected tax, you can see that the tax is there. But guess what? I am in a special month, the month of October, and I know a particular coupon code that was given to me. So I'm going to test it out. My coupon code is Save a Breast, and I should get 50% off. I just got 50% off this phone. So I just showed you how to use a coupon. Both as a seller, how to create it, and as a customer, where to use it. Customer can now proceed to checkout and, complete their transaction. So it's really that simple. I mean, it didn't take long for us to add that product, right? It's that simple. It wasn't too technical, just straightforward. So now you know how to add a product. And you see that your product is immediately available on your website for purchase. I want to show you now really quickly how to add a payment button. So someone asked a question, how do the payment buttons work? The payment buttons, there are three types of payment buttons. A custom payment button, allowing you to enter the price, enter the amount that you want the customer to pay. And it's even more flexible. You can create a payment button that allows the customer to indicate how much they want to pay. So let me do a new custom payment button.
All right. So, Kemar, may I just interject for a moment?
Definitely.
So, someone asked earlier about what charities use, like persons who want to raise donations.
Right.
We're seeing a lot of like churches, they're using this now as well. So, they no longer have that gathering. So, those that are doing it on Facebook and streaming the church service on Facebook or doing a Zoom meeting, you can have an open payment button, and then someone would be able to indicate how much they want to make, as whether it's their tithe or offering, or if it's a service organization or club, how much they're giving as their dues, or when the sergeant of arms fine you for being late, how much you need to pay as your fine as well. So this open payment button is an excellent option for that purpose as well. So you may be wondering, if I'm selling something, I don't want an open payment button. That's fine. It may not be for your type of business, but it's great in those aspects. Or if you're selling and you're like a B2B, so like you sell to another business and they have an account with you and they may need to pay down on their account, then this open payment button can work as well, because you would have sold them items on credit and then may need to pay a portion of that. So this option can work as well. Sorry to interject, Kemar, I just wanted to make note of that.
All right, wonderful. So I'm very happy you mentioned that, Gregory, because I didn't realize that it was so applicable to, pretty much anybody. A church can use it, a club can use it. So that's the open payment button. And we're going to generate one right now. So we're going to call it, since we just learned that church can offer it, offering and tithes. That's the name of our payment button, offering and tithes. And maybe this church want to collect in US. So I'll just set the currency to US, and where it says button type, I can choose open or I can choose fixed. If I choose fixed, I will get an option to enter how much this payment button will ask for. So it will ask for 2,000, but I want to make it open for now. Return URL. Return URL allows it to put a link where the person is redirected to after they complete paying. For example, maybe you want them to go to a particular thank you page on your website. So you put the link to your thank you page. But I'll just leave it, blank for now, as it's optional. So I just created this payment button. It's saved. Now, what I need to do is I need to click this get payment button option. When I click get payment button, what happens? It immediately gives me this link that I can use anywhere. Right? It gives me the link that I can use anywhere I want to use it. I can just copy the link and paste it. So let's say you send this link to a particular customer. Once they click on the link, this is what they see. They see, of course, the name of your business. They see the details down below to confirm that you are who you are. But they have an empty box to enter the amount that they want to pay, and they see that it is in US. So I can say that I'm paying $50 US, and I can add a note. Hey, this is my tithe. Just giving the example of a church. Continue. So now we know I'm paying $50. I just enter my contact details, billing, proceed to check out and pay with my credit card. And that's how simple the payment buttons are. If someone had asked the question, can I use it on my Wix site? Of course. You just copy this payment button link and attach it to a button on Wix, or put the link there, let persons click on it, and they will come here to pay for that product. Now, of course, in that case, you would not use a open payment button, but you would use a closed payment button. So I can say Samsung S5 fixed amount, and I can put 10,000. Generate that payment button, click the get payment button option, copy and paste the URL just to test it, to see what customers see. Customers see here that they are to pay 10,000 Jamaican dollars. Now, of course, you notice the Facebook icon here, the WhatsApp icon, the tweet icon. This is just a quick way that you can, create a tweet, share it to your Facebook page, or share it to your Twitter or to your WhatsApp. Right? Okay, so that's how the custom payment buttons work. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna show you how to use a product payment button now. Because I think especially in the person who has a Wix site and you want to continue using it, I recommend that you create your products in the website first so that you can manage it properly and you have the weight and all that information and can benefit from logistics. So you create it first, but you create a product payment button. So with doing it this method, I just select the product from the list. I'm going to select my Samsung Note 10 and I click a create buy now button. And I find this to be very applicable as well when you're doing social media ads. You can do a social media ad for a particular product on your site, right? So I'm doing an ad for the Samsung Note 10, but I don't want to send people to a shop page where they will see a lot of different products. I want to just send them to a quick and easy, pay just to pay, because this customer is ready to buy. So you see here, this is a preview of the product payment button. What you see details of the product. You can select the options that you made available. For me, it was storage capacity. I could have had 2 or 3 or 4 different options. If this was clothing, I could have had color, and then after color, I have size, and it could work like that. I can select the quantity, then I can click continue. right? And the person just checks out and pay for that item. That's the beauty of payment buttons. So I'm getting closer to ending because I just want to show you all the important sections.
Okay,
Now,
Kemar, before you go into the ending or get closer to the ending, there are some wrap-up questions for Gregory and some for you also.
okay.
Right. So we're almost out of time now, as you would imagine. So we want to really have to address these questions so we can turn back to Gregory to close out. But question one, Wamil Kendall is asking if I am using one of the templates, can I use my own domain name?
Definitely.
Excellent question. Hello, Kemar to answer it.
Yes. So when I just started, I went to the websites tab. And at the website tab, the first thing it asks you for is what domain name do you want to use? So you could use a free Figaro domain name, or you could purchase a domain name from a domain registrar such as GoDaddy or Namecheap or HostGator, and you just set up your domain name here. All right. Your document,
Yeah. So,
they have a tutorial on their page that shows you how to configure your domain name to work with your Figaro site. But you can see that on my site, the domain name that I entered was store.harrisdigitalsolution.com. And you know, that's how I got my website to work with this URL, this domain name. So you can.
The short answer is that they automatically get a free domain name. So it will be like gregory.figaroshops.com, but they can purchase their own domain name, which will be like www.gregory.com. And you know, I think that's like about 15 US per year for a domain name. But it depends on if you're going not to bid or anything like that. It could cost more.
Yeah.
But outside of Figaro.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Carolyn J, she's asking if Genius software is compatible with QuickBooks, or would it replace it? Basically, she's trying to avoid double accounting work.
Genius software.
I'm not familiar with Genius software.
Yeah, so Carolyn, you might want to give some clarification on that. So let me go to the other questions while we await that clarification.
Just a point to add, because I had a customer recently, an NCB merchant, well, a client that is an NCB merchant, and what that client wanted, she wanted a website, you know, a custom e-commerce store that would integrate and pull the products from her QuickBooks Online account. So, you know, that's possible if you want to integrate with custom systems that are out there. You can go the route of FAC and have your developer do the integration so that you don't have double work.
Okay.
So possible with
one sec. I think I know what Caroline is asking now. So Kemar's company name that is Genius Digital Commerce.
Okay.
So what you see on the screen is the name of Kemar's company name. So what you may be asking if this solution, Figaro, is compatible with QuickBooks. So short answer is no. Once you go into a very detailed level of customization, then possibly the best fit for you would be our standard integration and not the out of the box.
Right.
So we spoken that we have three options: the standard one, which you would have a developer, then we have the marketplace, and then we have the out the box solutions.
Right.
Okay, thanks for that, Gregory. Shauna Malcolm, she's asking if she can upload her own image as a banner instead of the options presented.
She's required to upload her own images as a banner. So yes, so these are just examples. So we wanted to upload your own images so customers can get a sense of what they're buying, because they don't want someone to view your site and when they get something different from what you're actually selling, because that would lead to disputes and people charging back the transactions.
Okay. All right. Dennis is asking if there are any restrictions to the platform that in terms of the payment button, can it be added to the Figaro platform?
Yes, it can be. For example, I had a particular page that I created, Today's Deals. I created a page called Today's Deals, and I put an image here and a custom button. So I could have put in this custom button a link to, you know, I could have put a payment button here to link to go to from the shop now button, and it would have taken the person to use the payment button instead of the regular store page.
Okay. Garfield, final question. Garfield Miller is asking whether he can do refunds from the site.
So definitely the site allows to do refunds because there will be times when you may need to do a refund. So definitely. And in terms of the payment button option as well, you could actually use this on your Facebook page, your business Facebook page, to turn that from just a social media window shopping to actually a store outlet. So we can actually use your payment button in your social media space as well to actually make sales via that channel.
Okay, great. All right, so that rounds off our questions. Our audience have definitely been listening and been very interactive. And we're happy that we could have fielded those questions and provided the solutions and the responses. At this point, Kemar, you had a couple of other points to make before we wrap up.
Yes, just 2 points that I think will be very important for audience. So where do you go when you get an order? I recommend that you go to logistics. So you go to logistics and you see a list of all your orders. So John Doe, this is not a real customer, but a fake order that we've made. So John Doe, ordered my Samsung Galaxy S9. So from coming and clicking on this order, I can see exactly what John Doe ordered. I can see John Doe's address, and now I can decide that it's time to ship this product to John Doe. So you click the add shipment button. If you are integrated with DHL, like Gregory mentioned, DHL is already integrated here. So you get an account with them, get your account number, plug it into Figaro, and you are able to notify DHL, come and pick up this item. So after selecting the date and time that I want DHL to come and pick up, I can, indicate the items that are gonna be in the box, right? Because they're gonna package your item, of course. So you indicate the items that will be in the box. So I select from the list of products, because what happens is that, let's say a customer order 20 items. You may want to package them in different boxes. So you have to set up each shipment separately. So in this box, I'm gonna put the one item. So I select it there. I'm gonna also put the measurements of the box, because it's important to DHL that they know, the breadth and width, all these measurements of the box, and they need to know the weight. So I enter all this information here, add to shipment, and then I select, I proceed. It will create the shipment. So you decide which shipping option from DHL do I want to use. Do I want to use express, or do I want to use standard delivery? Right, so you select the shipping option and you proceed, and DHL will be notified, and they will come and pick up the item from you. So that's already integrated. That's the beauty, of what Figaro has done. So that is the logistics module, just showing you where to go and check and see your orders. Now, another question that we tend to get asked a lot is, can I add my own shipping rates? And the answer to that is yes. So within the settings module, I'm gonna jump there now. You want to come to the settings module and you want to go to e-commerce and payments. Now, there are other options, of course, that I won't go into, because you can go into them on your own time. You can reset your password, you can invite another staff member and give them access to your account. You can go around and see what other options are available. But I think we need to know how to add our shipping rates. Okay, so I am now in my settings. In your settings, you want to come to the section that says custom shipping rates. Right, custom shipping rates. And DHL is right here. So if you want to enter your DHL account number, you can enter it here and configure DHL. But I want to show you the options of having your own shipping rate. So I can decide that I want a particular rate for Kingston customers. So I can create a new zone, and I'll call this new zone Kingston, Jamaica. It works based on shipping zones. That's basically a geographic region. So you can select a country I could select US if I wanted to set a special shipping rate for US, but I'll do Jamaica and do Kingston for now. So select the country. Now I'm going to select the parishes. I'm going to say Kingston and St. Andrew. I want to charge, I want to have this region. Let me see, a specific province can only be included in one zone. Okay, so what it is telling me is that I have another shipping zone with Kingston. Okay, and it is right, I do. So let me just delete this so I can proceed. So I'm adding a shipping zone called Kingston and St. Andrew. Before I had it as corporate Jamaica, but for clarity, I'll use Kingston and St. Andrew as the name. So the country, I select Jamaica. And based on the country, it will show you a particular list of states or provinces. We really call it a parish, but it shows you this depending on the country that you selected. So now I've created my shipping zone called Kingston and St. Andrew. And the next thing that I need to do is I need to go within that shipping zone and I need to add the delivery services that are available. So underneath services, you click add service and I can call it Genius Express. That's maybe I have a few drivers that, you know, go and drive for me. So I can give it a name. I'll call it Genius Express.
Yeah, all right, Kemar, thank you so much. I'm really sorry that I have to stop it, but we're actually running out of time in terms of the platform allotment.
Right.
But by and large, your presentation was extremely informative. But for those who are not aware, let me just share with you that Kemar is the director of Power Social Media, founder of Genius Digital Commerce and web development coach at Internet Income Jamaica. He's an e-commerce expert, a professional website developer, and a digital marketing leader. To date, he has developed over 1,000 websites. Whoa, Kemar, 1,000 websites.
Thank you.
And spends most of his time helping businesses to develop effective digital strategies and generate leads, sales, and new revenue via e-commerce and digital channels. So he's very, very experienced. We have an expert resource, so feel free, of course, to tap into him. And thank you so much, sir. At this point, we have a final testimonial video to share with you from one of our customers. So please cast your eyes to the screen.
As a new mom, having the features of the Figaro and Ncb behind me allowed me to spend more time with my kids during the day. With being able to generate invoices, send emails requesting payments any time of day, I was able to spend the daytime watching my kids, which to me, I think is like priceless. Those moments you can't take back. And having the flexibility of being able to work 24 hours a day so that I can spend time with them when they're awake was something that I'm so grateful for, and to have that opportunity to be able to still work from home, still have my business continue, and to be able to spend time with my kids. If you can say there's a silver lining to this pandemic or to COVID-19 coming to Jamaica, it's me being able to spend time with them. So I literally had just gone back to work from maternity leave and COVID hit. But now I'm back home and I get to enjoy them and, you know, see them hit their milestones. It's a great feeling.
Wow, wow, what can I say? Powerful testimonial. All right, I'd really like to thank both Gregory and Kemar, today's presenters, for their very in-depth and informative presentations, which I'm sure that, you know, will benefit you in your different types of businesses. If you're interested in the e-commerce solution from us, a link has been placed in the chat. Simply go to the link, click, fill out the form, and someone from Ncb will reach out to you in the coming week. We want to hear from you. How was this session for you? There are some poll questions that will be flashing across your screen. are coming up on your screen. We want for you to answer. It's 4 easy questions, or sorry, about 6 questions, and I will read them out as they come up. Sorry, it will only take a minute to complete. So number 1, was this session useful today? You should be seeing that question coming up on your screen anytime now. Okay, second question. Will this session help you progress your business? Number 3, please rate the presentation skills of both speakers today. Number 4, overall, how did you feel about the session? Number 5, would you be interested in another NCB webinar series? And final question, what other topics would you be interested in learning about through future of similar webinars? Okay, thank you. That would complete our set of poll questions, and we thank you for your feedback. Now, there is a Back on Track grant application. So we will be rewarding 10 participants with Back on Track grants of $100,000 each for everyone that who attended our webinar. So 10 of those persons will get a chance to tap into that grant. It's very easy to apply. There's a form located on our website. It's www.jncb.com/backontrack. Just submit an executive summary of your business along with a proposal, not more than about 500 words or less, stating why you should be awarded the Back on Track grant. We welcome your submission by or before next week, Friday, October 16. And the proposals will be assessed by a panel of internal NCB judges. The 10 lucky recipients of the grant will be announced on October 30th, 2020. So you can look out for those announcements. There are some simple terms and conditions for the winners to be eligible. You must have attended at least one of the 3 Back on Track webinars. So the fact that you're here today means that you're definitely eligible. Your business must be in good standing with no unfavorable credit history, and you're required to fill out a credit consent form to allow us to pull a credit report. If you need more details about how to apply for the grant, you can be sure to visit www.jncb.com/backontrack. At this point, I'll invite back Gregory to give his final remarks before we wrap up this webinar series. Gregory?
All right. So I want to thank everybody again who participated. And this was the first step that you're actually interested in taking your business forward. I want to wrap up, but before I wrap up, there's some general questions which I'll try to answer very, very quickly because I know you need the responses. So I see where Michael asking, how long does it take for the entire process for you to activate? So we have merchants within 2 weeks, they are online and accepting payments. And depends on the solution that you're going with, because we have a number of solutions, right? I see where Ashki is asking, what about entities that are not able to afford Figaro just as yet? Then you also have the marketplace option that you can avail of. So just as a summary, remember we looked at 3 options, and I will just tell you about it after I finish responding to all the questions. And I'm seeing where Renee is saying, I have a tour company. Can NCB work on my website? So yes, Renee, that will be our customized solution that we spoke about first. And I'll just summarize it at the end as well. So I see where Shane is asking, should I like to know which developers we've worked with in the past? So Shane, once you complete the link, we'll have your details and we can share that with you. And I'm also seeing where Tisa is asking, do I need to set up a website on the Ncb template to access the payment button option? So once you enroll with us, you can choose either the payment button option only, or if you choose the website template, you also get the payment button option. So you can do a payment button option only, or a website template, which also includes the payment button. And I see where Natasha is saying, so creating the page is free. All you have to pay for is the usage of cards for the payment. So there is for the payment button and website template option, there's a 60 US fee to activate the page. You get the first month free. Thereafter, there's a monthly fee, which could be as low as $14.99 to as high as $44.99, depending on the number of users that you select, as well as the type of package. $14.99 to $49.99, sorry, depending on the number of users, the number of admin users, as well as the type of package that you select. And there's also the per transaction fee for the a percentage of the amount is taken as a percent per transaction fee, and a gateway fee of 25 cents US. As to Charmaine Carter is asking, is there a monthly cost for using the Figaro application? Charmaine, I just spoke about that. And as to Kadeen is asking, will you guys offer technical support? So as a financial institution, our role is to provide the processing of the transaction. In the event that you're unable to, if you don't have a technical skill set by yourself, then there are a number of partners that you can avail of to give it that technical support. So there's a wide range of opportunities. So I just tried to answer everyone's questions that were left unanswered. Someone said, I have a company based in Florida. Can I set up through this option? And how would I pay my Florida taxes? So for the taxes, as I speak with a taxation expert to guide you how you'd handle your taxes, right? And we, as a bank in Jamaica, as an acquirer in Jamaica, we process transactions for all companies registered in Jamaica. So I want to thank you. Really want to say thanks for being an active participant today. We really appreciate the effort that you've made so far. But let's take the next step. Don't let a good crisis go to waste. In summary, there are 3 options that you can avail of. Either the customized option, which requires a developer, or you can participate in a marketplace. And remember, examples of a marketplace would be like Amazon, and locally, we have Cool Market, we have Shop Kemar, we have a whole list of marketplace providers. Or you can start with the out-of-the-box solutions, which include the payment buttons, as well as it includes a website template. And the benefit that you get by being a merchant of NCB is that we will also give you a pre-approved loan. So if you need financing for your business, we'll be more than happy to assist you. So don't let a good crisis go to waste. And if you sign up with us by October 31, we will be waiving some of the fees as well. So please don't delay, get ready and sign up today so that we can assist you to never miss a sale online. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregory. This presentation will be shared with all of you via email, and a copy of the webinar will be updated to the Back on Track website next week. So remember, the website is www.jncb.com/backontrack. If you haven't done so, please remember to download the NCB mobile banking app today, this evening, tonight. It will make your life so much more easier and convenient. Thank you all for attending, and we hope that you found this series of webinars very informative, and we hope that it will really assist your business with all the information we have shared. Thank you all, and have a very good evening.